Good evening, boys and girls. It's a bit of a late one, which means this is officially the late night football show. Oh, look at that image. Does that not bring back fond memories?
Look at Coach, look at, you know what I call Coach, don't you? Martin, look at Mark, Coach.
It's the Red Devils versus the Gunners. Let's go.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to the late night football show here. We had to keep it late tonight, of course, the Merseyside derby. I'm sure that's all Kev wants to talk about it. But before we get there, allow me to introduce
I don't actually want to talk about it, actually, because it was that painful, Soph. Thank you very much.
It's my podcast brother from another mother, Mr. Super Kev, Super Kevin Campbell.
Sophie and the squaddies, thanks for joining us so late. I know it's a late one and we're not going to keep you too long. No. But squaddies, at ease, and let's get into it.
Let's definitely get into it. And you can also simultaneously, if you are in with a skin, the Gooners versus Cancer special going on right now. They're doing their big drawing for the Arsenal shirt. Our good friend Magic Mike over there. The beauty of YouTube is you can have two screens open at the same time. Here we go, boys and girls. It is Manchester United versus Liverpool. I'm not going to waste any time.
Manchester United versus Arsenal, not Liverpool.
Oh my gosh, sorry, I've got Liverpool on the brain because Everton.
I know you're trying to dig it into me again, ain't ya? Stop it, will ya? I can't take that no more.
Starting to feel a little bit better about our thrashing at Anfield as the days go by, Super Kev, as the days go by. Well, Trevor, good night to you. Thanks for joining us.
Trevor's had enough. Trevor, sleep well, mate. Sleep well.
Ever since Matty K's come to Huntington Beach, the weather's been a bit crap. Actually, that's not true, Matty K. It's just been crap the last couple of days. Hence why I'm wearing a beanie and a sweatshirt over my head. It is absolutely freezing. It's like 62 or something here today. It's so cold.
Oh, it's so cold that is. I mean, how are you going to live, Soph? I swear to you.
I know.
Jeez.
Good time for the Aussie Gooners. Welcome, Aussie Gooner from Melbourne. The usual suspects in the house, Taib, Newman, Johnny Boy, Universal Greek, of course, Demsec, Mr. Waffles.
Is he about, Mr. Waffles? Go on, Mr. Waffles.
Rina is here. Rich is here. The whole gang is here. Tom's here. Everyone's here. Right. We're going to get stuck right into it. I have a video for Super Kev and you squaddies from our very good friend Dale O'Donnell at Stretty News. I've been talking football with this young fella for years and years. He's built up quite a fantastic platform as a Manchester United key informer. Here is what he has to say about the big game tomorrow night. Here we go from the United perspective.
Hi Sophie, Kevin, anyone else listening. I think this will be a tight encounter. Arsenal have definitely improved since the beginning of the season when I think it'd be fair to say that you looked a bit of a mess. Manchester United started reasonably strongly and then just faded away. So now looking at the table, Arsenal are ahead of Manchester United. I don't expect that will be the case for much longer. I think by Christmas we will be ahead of Arsenal. I suspect Manchester United will win this game despite the fact Ragnick won't be in the dugout and we'll have Michael Carrick again, who I think has done well in recent games to go away to Villarreal and get a 2-0 win, to go away to league leaders and European champions Chelsea, and to get a point when against the big teams this season we've really struggled. I think he's made us more organised. I don't think we'll be as open at the back, but I also expect against Arsenal, unlike the game against Chelsea, that we will come out a bit more and be on the front foot more. I think we have the quality to beat Arsenal, but Arsenal this season, as I've already said, You've lifted performances, you're playing a lot better, and now, from speaking to Arsenal fans, there's a bit of a feeling that Arteta has things on track. Now, that may change because at the end of the season, Arsenal won't want to be slipping out of that top 4 again. And if Arteta does that, I suspect that you guys will have a lot more questions than answers. I suspect Manchester United will win this game 2-0. And I'm sorry, Sophie, that I wasn't able to make the live show. Hope this video is okay. Thank you.
Oh, it's okay with me because I love Dale to bits and have done for many years. But I'm not sure if that video is okay with me, Dale O Donnell. All of a sudden, Manchester United going to beat the Arsenal 2-0 when we have kept so many clean sheets. Kev, what is your response to Mr. Dale O'Donnell from Stretty News?
Listen, Dale's going to back his team. Fair enough. He's going to back his team. And do you remember he was on last season? Do you remember?
Yes,
Do you remember what happened? So, and I think he said they were going to whoop us last season as well, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind Dale coming out with all this nonsense. You know, listen, United have got an unbelievable squad. We know that, but they are not playing well. So let's be brutally honest. If Chelsea had their shooting boots on Sunday, the game would have been over. Let's have it right. So I know we're away and they're at home, etc. But, you know, last season up their place, we beat them and we were nowhere near it.
Mm-hmm.
So we were nowhere near it. So I expect a tough game. I expect a tight game. You know, I really believe we're going to win the game. I really do. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's interesting when the most interesting take I got from Dale's prediction was the 2-0, considering the form our defense has been in, and Ramsdale
and
has
their
been
defense. What about their defense?
And their I was going to get to the. I think people don't have a lot of respect for our offensive line right now, Kev, and I say that it's not an NFL statement, but and Dale's kind of disrespecting what we've done defensively. I say disrespecting loosely. He knows where I'm coming from. This is Manchester United v Arsenal, of course, and we know where we've come from. There's a reason why I put these images up at the beginning of the show, or at least this one. And then this one, the coach, Kev, as you said.
Coach, go on, coach. Tell him how it is.
Oh, my God, I miss these days. You know what I love about this one the most is look how many red, yellow shirts. Yeah. I mean, he was bullied. That was the epitome of bullying, wasn't it?
Let's go back to that last one. Go back to the last one. So,
this one?
Look, Ashley Cole's going to kick off with someone else. Look, he's leaving the group there and someone else is going to get it. This is quality.
He went, I think he went here to help Laurent.
Lauren's having it as well. Neville.
Oh my God. So good.
Days, eh? The good old days.
Oh my God, brilliant stuff. So Kev, I was really surprised he thought we'd concede 2. I know you said like he's backing his team, he's backing United.
He's backing his team. So, Sophie, look, the fact of the matter is, as far as he sees it, Dale probably sees it, you know, they've rested Ronaldo. Ronaldo's going to be angry and he's going to want to prove. Every time he crosses that white line, he wants to prove that he's the best player around. One thing we do know, he's a goal scorer. Mm-hmm. But we've got a bit of a defense. And our defense has been good. Our defense is, I think, topping clean sheets in the league. And it's typical Manchester United fan through Dale that all that matters is them, not nobody else, you know.
Yeah, and like Lone Star said, Kev, they're winless against us in the last 6.
Sophie, nobody will take that into consideration, or they don't want to take it into consideration because it's too painful.
Yeah,
and I get that, but Sophie, we've got to look at our form, you know, over the last 11, 12 games, and we've got to say to ourselves, if we can't be going here thinking, you know, we don't fancy ourselves. We got to be going there thinking we fancy this.
Right.
You know, United haven't been great at all, especially at home.
Yeah. And you know, they're their defense has been terrible. They've had issues scoring as well. They've got similar problems. I mean, there's been a similarity and a parallel between the two clubs, having been for a long while the most dominant in the Premier League, having the biggest rivalry in the Premier League. Kev, Old Trafford, a place that we've never been kind of fearful of going, despite that period during the Wenger years, I will say. But we've had so many great moments. Here's one I forgot to post earlier, Kev. The squaddies love a good old-fashioned Arsenal picture, Super Kev. This is what I love. We'll always have the history. We will always have the history. I don't like to look in the rearview mirror, but I do on these days.
Are you going to show it? Go on. Show it.
Which one do you think I have to show?
Will Todd. Go on. Show it.
I have it, but it's not. It was the first one I had up there. It was the one I had up there, but for some reason it's not coming through, because I was going to start with Overmars and then Wiltord and then Overmars, and then of course show some of this stuff.
I don't mind all of those pictures. I don't mind any one of them. They mean so much.
Brilliant stuff. And the Wiltord moment, of course. Another wonderful moment for the Arsenal. Here we go, Kev. So that was the Manchester United point of view, which I think Dale is also trying to be enthusiastic and positive about the new change. You know, Michael Carrick, a play they respect. I know Dale was a huge supporter of Ole, a lot like some of our Arsenal fans who've really backed Arteta from day one and chosen to stick with him and wanting to give him the time. Hopefully Arteta will turn things around a lot quicker than Ole did. And of course, he's won a trophy, Ole never, but he did get them to second in the Premier League and Champions League football again, and to a Europa League final. Couldn't close, though, unfortunately for him. So here's another one for you, Kev. James Johnstone, LL Cool James himself. Is it James or is it a character from Game of Thrones tonight? I will let you guys decide. But here's his question for the big man.
Good evening, Sophie. Good evening, Super Kev. And good evening, squaddies. It's your boy, LL Cool James 91, a.k.a. James, a.k.a. Super James, or Guru James, as you called me in your Newcastle game review, which I like a lot. I like Guru James, so I appreciate that one. I'm here from my palatial estate, also known as Chelmsford, Essex. And I have a question for you, Kev. Tomorrow, Arsenal versus Manchester United. The Arsenal versus Man United. The premium fixture of the Premier League. I don't care where these two clubs are. This is the premium fixture of Premier League fixtures. My question is, do you tomorrow still start Martin Odegaard? He's a man you watched a lot when you did your La Liga coverage. Does he keep his place, or do you bring back Mr. Lackerman Jabba, Alexander Lacazette, back in the squad? I'd love to know which one you're going to do for tomorrow. Anyway, take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the show and enjoy the game tomorrow. And hopefully I'll be back to speak to you all soon. At ease.
I love that video, Kev.
I tell you what, was he on the wall? Was he on the wall there?
The Night Watch.
The Night Watch. He's on the Night Watch, the Black Watch, isn't he? With Jon Snow, he was, wasn't he? Oh my God! Brilliant. Good question.
I mean, part of me was just waiting for Khaleesi to come in with the dragon at some point. I wasn't sure, Kev. Monstrous stuff.
The dragon was down the boozer watching the game.
The dragon was down the boozer. Go on, Kev. It's a great question. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a good question. For me personally, I think Mikel Arteta will keep the same team if he can. I think the problems that we have. Look, again, he kind of mentioned it today in his press conference about giving trust to players and sticking with them. Okay, now Odegaard was out the team. He came in as a substitute. He started against Newcastle. We won the game. He didn't have a great game, but he wasn't terrible. So here we are at Manchester United. Keeping the ball is going to be really key for us, Sophie. Being able to keep the ball, utilize the ball, move it around. And we do move it around when Odegaard's in the team. So if Saka's fit, I think the manager's going to keep the same team, Soph, if I'm honest. And
Kev,
I know
would you start Saka if he's ready
if
to
he's
go?
fit, yeah, I would. Definitely. If you're not going to pick him now after he's scored and performed really well in the second half, especially, when are you gonna? When can you? So again, I just think I know Martinelli's there chomping at the bit, but I think his time's going to come. And the fact that he's there now, you've got a weapon to use off the bench as well, because his confidence is going to be high. But if Saka's fit, Smith Rowe's fit, I can't see them being dropped for Martinelli. I think Martinelli will start on the bench and come on.
Yep.
And I honestly think the manager will try and keep as much continuity in that team as he can to start.
Now, Kev, tonight the results really went our way, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Yeah,
West Ham drew. Aston Villa lost. Of course, they're kind of climbing up the table. Wolves drew. Leicester City drew. Now the boys have even more to get fired up. I say you should be fired up to play Manchester United at Old Trafford. But the truth is that these results do, as a player, can you tell me that when you used to see results, you were G'd up, but sometimes would it give you that extra G up?
Well, it doesn't need to give you the extra G up because you play Manchester United, so what it does, it puts more onus on the result of the game. That's what it really does. Because seeing your rivals not take maximum points, seeing the teams who you expect to take maximum points, a Liverpool and a Man City take maximum points, you think fair enough. But your West Ham and all that who are doing really well, not taking the points, it gives you extra impetus. Listen, that's us. We could slot into fourth place now. This is it may be only one spot, but it's still psychologically a great place for us to be, especially with the amount of fixtures that we've got coming up. So, again, going to a Manchester United we know what talent they've got in their squad. But they're not playing great, Soph. They're not great. They're not the same club that they were.
And can I add what Johnny Boy has said here too, Kev? Because the truth is, if I can find it, Johnny Boy, and if not, I'll just say it out loud. But here we go. 8-point gap if we beat them. That is a huge difference, Kev, to them beating us and having that gap. An 8-point gap against Manchester United would be massive, And like Ryan says, Brentford, Brighton, West Ham, Leicester, the teams around us all dropping points. It is a massive opportunity. Now, Matty K just wrote as well that he's worried that we don't capitalize on these opportunities enough. Would you say that's a fair statement so far this season? I'm not sure we've been we've climbed from bottom to 5th. What's your take on that one, Kev?
Well, we ain't done too bad in the last 11 games, have we? Apart from probably one. Or what is it, 12 games, sorry. So, again, listen, it's another hurdle for us to get over. This is another opportunity for the boys in the team who, so remember, a lot of these boys have never been in this position with Arsenal. We've seen it in the past and we've duffed it. We've messed it up. Now, this is a great opportunity to get into that 4th spot. Really good opportunity. Tough game, but a good opportunity. And I like to be the positive side. I like to look on the opportunity. What a great opportunity to get into 4th spot.
Do you think that sometimes, as well as there being a naivety to things, as I've said in a couple shows over the last week, Kev, that there is a beauty also to not having been there before? Like the young girl from England who won the US Open. I'm not sure if she'll ever win a major again. Right now, she's under all sorts of pressure to perform, and it's been tough for her since she won the US Open. But she did it, and on her way there, she was a qualifier. Sometimes, when you don't know and you haven't been there, there is an element to that where certain athletes do respond to better than others and rise.
Yeah, but it's a bit different to that happening, being a qualifier, because when you play football and you're with Arsenal, you get everyone's best. Just like United get everyone's best, Liverpool get everyone's best. You get everyone's best. And it's great for us to finally have a squad, a relatable squad, who were willing to fight. So that's what we wanted all along. We wanted that team to reflect the fan base. And when it comes to certain moments, we want to be able to battle and fight and scrap. And if we don't play well, can we dig in? And that's what we're going to have to be able to do in some of these games. And I believe we can. And I believe the fact that a lot of these players haven't been the course before is a plus for us with Arsenal. Because there's no scars.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Kev, the biggest question I think on everyone's lips. And I did like the fact that Arteta addressed Aubameyang and how he needs to step up. I think that was a warning shot to Aubameyang. You know how sometimes managers time what they say publicly or how they'll respond to a question publicly, even though they may have been asked it over and over again, Kev, there'll come a time where they'll have their piece or they'll say their piece. And it felt to me that this time around, Arteta, I don't know for sure. I'm just saying from what I see, I'm like, that's interesting, the timing of it. He's sending him a message. You need to start scoring. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start making alternative decisions. Do you think that's fair?
Of course it's fair. Look who I've got caged at the side. Caged up. You have to chain Martinelli up. He's that hungry. And the fact of the matter is he got on the pitch and scored within 90 seconds from running in behind. That's questions for the manager. And the manager, listen, it's about performing now. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of having a squad. And when people get their chance and they take it, that's the beauty of having the squad. So, because if somebody in the team is not doing it, you got to get somebody else in there who's going to do it. So it is a warning.
Tom says feed him. What's going to be the best way for Aubameyang to get goals tomorrow, other than, of course, be better at his finishing, Kev? But what is going to be the answer against this Manchester United team for us to capitalise on that creativity, but also our finishing?
Well, the finishing part is that's what comes natural to Aubameyang. Obviously, he fluffed his lines at the weekend, but we know he should have scored that with his eyes closed. Sophie should have scored that. The key to it is this, Sophie. Simple as that. Aubameyang has to get an opportunity or two through Smith Rowe, whether it's Ødegaard, whether it's Lacazette, whoever plays at the top end of the pitch. Somebody has to do something and create something for him, and he's got to take it. If he takes it, then that puts United on notice. If he doesn't take it, that might give them a leg up. So, they're the fine margins at this level, Sophie. Yeah. They're really the fine margins.
They really are. Taib, are we keeping you up, sweetheart? Are you bored, or are you saying it's boring? Let us know so we can, just so we know, we understand where you stand here. By the way, Kev, Kevin here was literally looking for a cage Martinelli in your house when you went back and said, I got him here. He's here.
No, you won't see him because he's just over there. He's in Manchester now, you see. So I've got him in the corner. They've told me just look after him, keep him sweet. He's had a sleeping tablet and he's bedded down for the night.
Right. Okay. Good news is Taib, it's late for him, which is why we're getting some snores. It's not the content of the show. Always great to know, Taib. You just saved yourself from a yellow card. Well done. All right. So, Kev, who starts, Nuno or Tierney? We spoke about this a little bit with Lee Judges last night. I'd like your 11, please.
I've already said it. It's the same team. If Saka's fit, it's the same team. If Saka is not... Yes, I've said it. It's the same team. If Saka is not fit, I think we see Martinelli coming.
Yeah.
That'll be the only change for me. That's what I think. Can Lacazette come in for Odegaard? Of course he can. But you're asking me my opinion. I think he's going to try and keep the same squad as much as he can.
Can I ask why you wouldn't start Lacazette against Manchester United, Kev?
I've just explained it at the top of the show, Soph. The key to us is being able to keep the ball, because Lacazette plays high up the pitch or higher than Odegaard would. Odegaard can come deep and he can link the play. I think we suffered at Anfield quite a bit because we didn't have too much link play where you could give it to somebody and he will lend it to you and get it back. Whereas we kept losing it there, and then that gave them the impetus to really come on top of us. If we'd played around them quite a few times, then they would have been, whoa, they have to put the brakes on. And I just think Odegaard has that ability to be able to get on the ball, give it, get it back, give it. And people might think it's nothing. It's just 5-yard football. But the key is you're keeping the possession of the football and you're keeping the opposition off you. That's really important when you're away from home as well.
The reason why I wanted to go back to it is because I wanted you to explain it in a little bit more depth, because I think against Manchester United, who seem to be just playing so pedestrian and always looking to just be a counter-attacking team, Kev, I feel like speed is where we can hurt them quick and fast, and then we can make those adjustments in the second half. Is it too high risk to do that at Old Trafford with this team? I would think we're fearless in the sense that we know who they are. We know who they've been so far this season. We've also seen against Villa, against Leicester, against Tottenham, these fast, quick starts. When Lacazette came into the team as well, he gave us this sense of still being able to protect the ball and hold the ball up, but just in a different fashion.
Yeah, but for instance, probably our best game or best half was Spurs. And Odegaard played. So we can play fast.
You think that was better than Leicester? You think that was better?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. 3 goals. I thought we blitzed them. Game was over, really. But what I'm saying is we can play. Lacazette being in the team doesn't determine if we play fast, because we still can play fast if Odegaard's there. The key to it is the opposition. Manchester United are not going to want us to go there and start playing fast. They're going to want us to play slow. And they're going to want to press us. So we're going to have to try and play around them. That's my point. Because the new regime there is to press now.
Yeah.
And they're going to try and trap us. So we got to be smart.
Yeah, a lot of folks like MK is saying about Lacquer and his physicality and, you know, how he bodies people, and just seems to me, but Tom agrees with you, and I'm sure, well, you know better than I do, but I just feel like...
it's just an opinion. Listen, if Lacazette plays, I understand what we'll try and do. We'll try and get the ball into Lacazette and then play off him. But if they shut that down, I'm then hoping if they shut Lacazette down, if Lacazette plays, then we're going to have to be a continuity team by keeping the ball and passing around them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There's a few squaddies in chat right now talking about who's the best presser of the ball. A lot of people are talking about Ober and some Odegaard even.
Odegaard's a great presser of the ball.
Yeah. And I think that's maybe why he gets the nod against Manchester United tomorrow. Welcome, little Soph, to the show as well. Good to see you. Hope you are doing very, very well and feeling a lot better. Super Kev, who's under more pressure to win this game? Arsenal or Manchester United?
Man United. Man United are under serious pressure to win this game. Since the interim manager's been called, it's their first home game. Obviously, had 2 away games, done well in Villarreal, and got a point at Chelsea where some could say, probably could have nicked it if they'd have defended a little bit better, or Fred would have taken his chance. But their home form has been the Achilles heel most of the time. So it's going to be interesting how the team react. They've got new instruction. That can they cross the white line and execute the plan? Because it's still new, and that's what we got to be counting on. They're not going to have it fully down. There's going to be some disjointed bits, and that's what we got to exploit them.
Kev, what do you think the narrative is going to be if we beat Manchester United?
The narrative is definitely going to be, it's not the same Manchester United, they're struggling, XYZ. Of course it is. It's going to be because, Rangnick's not in charge yet. We know the narrative, but you know what, Sophie? I actually don't care. I've got no interest in the narrative as long as we get 3 points. People could say what they like as long as we get the 3 points.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be an interesting take again, Arsenal having to prove themselves week in, week out. It's okay for West Ham to drop a few points or Leicester, but for some reason, of course, we're always under
they're not
intense scrutiny.
Sophie, come on, darling. They're not the Arsenal.
Sometimes it just bugs me.
Yeah, but they're not the Arsenal. West Ham doing well is like, wow, West Ham, look at West Ham. Wow. When Arsenal, look where we were after 3 games, it was catastrophic. Now we're kind of back up there and we're looking okay. Where's all the haters, Soph? All the ones that were digging the knife in and twisting it. Where are they gone?
True that, Kev. True that. Okay, you guys, don't forget, go to Ruth Beck's store. You get 20% off using code Highbury Squad. Get your Christmas cards, get your gifts for the holiday season. You get 20% off. It's a lifetime deal, but you get to see and really special stuff like this. The old Arsenal neighborhood.
Lovely.
The stadium. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff that Ruth has. This is my favorite one, Kev. Golden Fish Bar.
Yeah, Golden Fish Bar. Yeah.
All right. So, Kev, before we do predictions and get everyone out of here because it is late tonight, we do have 300 people still joining us in live chat. We got Christmas Vinny.
Christmas Vinny with the nice green bowl. Look at that.
All
Come on, people.
for everybody.
Caress it, smash it, touch it, nut it, like Vinny. Nut it in there. Like we're going to do at OT tomorrow. Come on, boys and girls. Hit that like button.
I can't wait for that game. I really just can't wait for the game. We're going to do our predictions in just a minute, you guys. But before we do, Kev, what is it about Arsenal players and their heroics against these dirty scumbag thieves that are out on the Arsenal streets? Who knew that Gabriel was even going through an intense attack like that, the way he's been playing? What a man.
He's a man mountain. He's a man mountain. I believe it. Of course I believe it because, you look at the way life is right now. Footballers are a target. And, you would think, well, you should pick him, would you? You won't pick him. You'd pick somebody else probably. But hey, listen, they've obviously done their homework, haven't they? And it's being in security and all that, Sophie. It's so dangerous because it is so dangerous. And, fair play, the guy got caught, etc., etc. But it's so dangerous. And this is a key part of what the protection of footballers have to be these days. And this is something that fans probably don't think too much about. You're a footballer, you're all right. But you're not, because you're always going to be a target. Because life out there is so tough sometimes.
It really is. And Kev, I mean, even when you were playing, you still had to be careful about stuff like that. But with social media and the intensity of it, and I think sometimes people don't realize too, the more you share on social media, there are people out there that are looking for this stuff, your bling, your cars, your house, all of that. And I like to create new jobs in the economy. I think Boy brings up a good point. Is he the only one who finds it irresponsible the club doesn't have bodyguards following our players? Or should that be down to the player?
It's that will never happen. It never happen. If it's an official do, that's one thing for the club. But this is going out in your own time, Soph. You're not going to have bodyguards. No.
Can you imagine Kolasinac and Gabriel out on a night together? I'd like, like on a flight with the black box recorder, if I'm going out to a club, I want to be with Gabriel and Kolasinac, Super Kev.
Yeah. Sophie, listen.
I know I'm joking, but it's a serious situation.
No, but fair play to them guys for standing up. But you know what? These stuff could have been tragic.
Yeah.
It really could have been tragic. I mean, the guy's got a baseball bat. If he hits Gabriel
over the head,
over the head, in his leg,
career over.
These things, we got to protect these guys. But I think the key to this actual incident is the assailant got caught. That was key. Because that's the deterrent, you see, Soph. If these people are going to try and do stuff like that, they've got to get caught. Got to.
It's really scary times, Kevin. There's a lot going on in our world. Even in the US, in California where I live, these stupid, lenient laws that have been introduced that are allowing people right now ransacking Nordstrom's and Apple because, unfortunately, the laws that are in place protect them now. And it's terrible. And it's happening in areas that wouldn't normally happen in. It's happening even more so in areas it shouldn't be happening anymore. And we have to put the kibosh on that. In London, you've got the street crime, you've got knife crime, you've got all these things going on. And you're right. I mean, not only was Gabriel's life threatened there, but also the fact that his career could have been over in a heartbeat.
That's right. And all it takes is one wrong move, Soph. One wrong move and our main centre half is done. Who knows if the guy had a knife or not? We don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I just really want, up the security, guys, at Arsenal. Up the security.
Definitely.
If you need any help, contact me.
Call Kevin Campbell. I tell you, best in the business.
Because there's certain things I noticed about it that weren't right.
Yeah,
at
definitely.
the house.
Definitely. And our big cities are under threat, from London to Paris to cities in Germany and here in the United States as well, and in multiple places around the world, Australia. There's a lot going on right now. So stay safe out there, you guys. We're just happy our boy walked away from it without any injury and that nobody was seriously hurt as well.
Soph, can I just say as well that it's testimony to Gabriel. I mean, this didn't just happen yesterday, but look at the form he's been in. It hasn't affected him. He's performed.
It's incredible.
That's a man right there. That's a character right there. Someone you could pin your hopes on, because he's a fighter.
Kevin, and there is someone in chat said it, and I'm sorry I missed your name. Things move really quickly in chat, but they did say, and they did put the caveat saying, I don't want to compare, but the way Kolasinac and Gabriel have moved on, whereas Ozil found it a little bit harder, didn't he? Everyone reacts differently. We're all human. Things affect us in different ways. And and the fact that he's put his head down. This happened in August. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
And he never said a word about anything. How we didn't know about this earlier is beyond. I didn't know about it earlier. Maybe
Nobody did, but whoever broke it wanted it to come out before Man United.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, Kev. Everyone in chat, brilliant stuff. Over 300 of you in live chat. If you hate Tottenham and you want to see them lose tomorrow night, pop it. Pop it, because Kev's going to be doing some of this. And then there'll be some of that.
Off with the head, Soph.
Seriously. If you want Tottenham to lose tomorrow, Man United to lose, it'd be great for us with all the results tonight. And then Tottenham lose tomorrow. We beat Manchester United. We go into 4th place.
Sophie, the key is we got to take care of business. That's what we've got to do. Let everything else happen wherever it happens. As long as the Arsenal take care of business, we'll be all right, I tell you.
Yes. And if you hate Manchester United as much as you hate Tottenham, also hit the like button. Thank you, MK, because the other night there were a lot of fans in the house who were like, I hate Man United as much as I hate Tottenham. There is something about them, Kev.
That rivalry, Soph, was red hot, wasn't it? It was red hot, and it goes back a long way, doesn't it? It goes back a long way. I mean, anybody who hasn't seen the Battle of Old Trafford, you could watch it. Watch that.
Kev, listen, guys, tomorrow night, Man United v Arsenal. It doesn't get much better than this. The original great rivalry in the Premier League. They had us for a while. We had them. And since we've both lost our legendary managers, we've lost our way in the Premier League. We're both trying to get the glory years back. Difference is we've won a trophy with Arteta. Hey, listen, the last time they won a trophy was Mourinho. I guess he wasn't that bad for them after all, Kev.
He weren't, was he? He won 2 trophies.
He did the double. He
done a double for them, Oh, wow.
All right, before I hand it over to you to close, Kev, and give that rallying cry to the troops where I'll plug in these pictures again and get everybody riled up, what is your prediction?
My prediction is a tight game, but a victory for the Arsenal. I'm going Arsenal 2, Manchester United 1. 2-1 win, tough game, but we're going to get across the line.
All right. I do believe that you got our last game score prediction correct. Well done to you, Kev. We did not give you kudos at the time, I believe. Someone should get a yellow card.
Right.
Someone should get a yellow card for that. But it's gone too far now.
Tayyip should get or Newman, which one?
Everyone. I tell you what, if we beat Man United tomorrow, I should hold this. I was going to say if we beat Man United tomorrow, I'll rescind everyone's cards so far this season.
Oh, that you don't have that jurisdiction. You hand them out, but you don't.
I do not. I have
to
advise the board. Who's going to be the hero tomorrow? Tomiyasu? Will it be Gabriel? Will it be our midfield? Can Aubameyang get back? I'm going to leave it to Super Kevin Campbell to close the show and get us prepared for this game against the Red Devils at Old Trafford. Come on, Kev.
There doesn't need to be a big rallying cry because we know that
after all that,
there doesn't need to be a big rallying cry. This is a game that means so much. We know what it means. We're not where we want to be, but we're getting there slowly. They definitely aren't where they want to be. And I expect us to be better than them on the night. Old Trafford under the lights, Gooners in the away end, full, and the boys out on the pitch doing the business. And you know what? I want to hear a deathly silence in Old Trafford when the second goal goes in. And just hear that Arsenal in the corner contingent going absolutely mad with all the limbs. That'll do me. 2-1 the Arsenal. You know it makes sense. And I'm predicting Aubameyang to get the winner. There you go. much maligned, and it's time for him to step up. So step up, Aubameyang. This is what we need.
We need this. We need this. This.
Definitely.
This.
And yeah, you what? You tell him, coach. That's it. That's it.
All right, we will be back after the game tomorrow. Sorry, guys, it's going to be another late show tomorrow night, but you can blame the TV companies for that and their scheduling. I feel for all the Arsenal fans, if you're going up north, please do be careful and travel safe. Super Kevin Campbell, take us out.
Everybody, thank you for joining us on this late show. Wherever you are, have a good day, have a good sleep, take it easy for the night. Squaddies, think positively about a win, because we need to win to keep everything, this momentum going. It's really important for us. Hostess with the mostest, Sophie. And you, Squaddies. At ease, everybody. Good night.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.